All right, Shalom, Brother Kashakwala coming back at you in another lesson, giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Achakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace up, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Uh, this is Colossians chapter 2, verse 6. It says, as ye have therefore received Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, the Lord, so walk ye in him, rooted and built up in him, established in the faith as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving. A reason I want to bring this up is I wanted to get a word. The word is grounded, and I already have it as a generic term in the Google. Grounded, it means to be well balanced and sensible. Okay, let's get the word sensible real quick. All right, just real swiftly. All right, just to see what it means. So here's the word. Here's the word sensible real quick. All right, the word sensible is capable of sensation or feeling, capable of being sensed or felt, perceptible to the senses. It says easily understood, logical, and reasonable. And one thing you have to be in this truth is a logical individual. A man is logical, okay? You're easily understood. There shouldn't be anything too complex about you. You should be getting your point across. The scriptures say what? Matter of fact, I'll get it real quick. I haven't brought this script out in a minute. Let's see here. It says, "Let thy speech be short, comprehending much in few words. Be as one that knoweth, but yet holdeth his tongue." Right, that's being sensible right there. Okay. It says, logical and reasonable, having feeling, perceptible by the senses. It says, to perceive, feel, having good sense. Right, don't be one who's out of their mind, meaning they don't have any sense. All right, but be one who's grounded and well balanced. All right, so going back here, it says rooted and built up in him. Let's get that word rooted here in Colossians 2 and 7. It says what? To cause to strike, root, to strengthen with roots, to render firm. So you being firm and set in place. All right, let's go ahead and get that word firm. All right, just to get a better grasp, a better understanding is to be established, consolidate, fasten, secure, build, set up, and fortify. All right, so you have to fortify yourself and build and set up yourself and consolidate yourself, right? It says to fix, establish, cause a person or a thing to be thoroughly grounded. So being thoroughly grounded is being thoroughly sensible and having some sense about you, having some logic about you, and being reasonable, okay? Well, having the sense, okay? Well, having sense about you and your senses activated and working, you understand what is your reasonable service. This is Romans 12 and 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies as a living sacrifice, a holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. That is your sensible, logical service. It is sensible and logical for you to fear the Most High and keep His commandments. That is our duty. We are not here for anything else but to be a service and serve the Most High. We are in the occupation of ministering. If you ever been to primary restaurants, they're in the occupation of servitude, you could say. They are a service to you. You don't want to go there and have a bad time because it was bad service. Therefore, you don't tip them that much. You see what I'm saying? It's a sensible thing and logical for them to be a good servant unto you while they're while you're ordering food, waiting, and things of that nature. It's the same thing in this case. It is a logical thing and a sensible thing to be grounded in what we're doing right here, because that is our reasonable service. Okay, so going back to Colossians 2, And 7 says, rooted and built up in him, established in the faith. Let's get the word established real quick. The word established is Esau. Let's see here.
Strong's G 950. Bebayao.
Bebayao. Bebayao. I'm still saying it wrong, butchering it. But it says to make firm, establish, confirm, and make sure. Correct. Like the scriptures say, make your calling and election sure. Make it established. Okay. It's Paul likes to use some of the same words a lot during when he speaks. Just a prime example. I don't want to go too far off. When you're reading his epistles, he reiterates things using different words. He was a very learned man. His vocabulary was very adequate. This is Philippians 2:1. If there be therefore any consolation in Yahushua Hamashiach, right? If any comfort of love, if any fellowship of the Spirit, right? These things are synonyms to one another. All right, so let's get the word constellation real quick. Parakalesis, if I'm saying that correct. And it means what? A calling or a summoning, a consolation, a comfort, or another good word. I like this word here, solace or solace. That means comfort as well. It says that which affords comfort for a refreshment. Okay, right? So we know the consolation is a calling to comfort. All right, so a calling to comfort in Yahushua Mashiach. If any comfort of love, which is another reiteration of the consolation, any fellowship of the Spirit, meaning fellowship is what? Fellowship is an association with koinonia in the Greek, and it means a fellowship or association. Okay, right? Our contribution, exhibiting, and embodiment, and a proof of fellowship. Now what? How is this similar to what he said with the comfort? Let's set fellowship with the Spirit. Who do we run to? That's the comforter. Okay? So these things he mentions in just one verse, he reiterates himself 3 times or 2 or 3 times. It's the same thing he's doing here. He reiterated when he said established in faith, is still being grounded, still being sensible and logical. Okay? So when you're established in faith, you're rooted. Okay? He's just reiterating what he's saying. It says, as ye have been taught, abounding therein in thanksgiving. Correct. You have to be thankful that the Lord put the Spirit on you to continue to be rooted in what you're doing. Okay? There's going back to the word sensible, because there's something that pointed out, I want to say. It says reasonable, capable of discerning, clever. Where is it? Was it insensible? It may have been infirm. Or it may be, it was in rooted. That's what it was in. All right. Established. I might be tripping right now. There's something I wanted to point out real quick. All right. There we go. It was in the word grounded. Grounded, it says well balanced. All right. So we're going to get that, what Yahushua was talking about. Oops, Salakia. Let's see. It's Matthew chapter 11 to 29. It says, Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, yes, of a humble spirit, which is still a form of being grounded. All right. It says, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. Now, I did a lesson yesterday on ego, being egocentric, having an ego, and egotistical. Let me just see this word ego real quick. It'd be better. Let me see. Let's go here. Egocentric. See, if I can't find it, it's okay. but pretty much it was saying like lifted. All right, and that's not being grounded. That's being high, mighty, and haughty. All right, but that's, y'all get the point there. But the reason why I wanted to highlight well balance was here in Matthew, because it says, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am meek and lowly in heart," meaning humble. All right. It goes back to Philippians 2, which I might revert to. You can tell Philippians 2 is one of my favorite chapters in the entire Bible. It says, "And ye shall find rest unto your souls." It says, "For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Now, the thing that really got me about this is the word yoke, zygos in the Greek. All right. And it means a balance. All right. So, of course, I'm going to continue reading. It says a yoke that is put on draught cattle, metaphor used for a burden or a bondage, as that of slavery, troublesome laws imposed on one, especially a Mosaic law. Hence, the name is transferred to the commands of Hamashiach, as to contrast them with the commands of the Pharisees, which were vertible, if I'm saying that correctly. Yoke, yet even Hamashiach's commands must be submitted to, though easier to be kept. But the main thing here is the balance. It says also here in the Strong's definition, a pair of balances. Yahushua is telling us right here what? Be observant of my balance that I have. Look how well balanced I am, you could say. Okay? And that's him saying, look how well grounded. Take on how grounded I am. Take on how I organize myself within myself, how balanced I am. Okay? And learn of me. You see? Learn of these things. The scriptures say a false balance is an abomination unto the Lord. So Yahushua is like, look at the balance. Peep the balance. That's how you continue to be grounded, because you have to have a correct balance. There's no other reason why Paul talked about being abased and being abound, which I think is in Philippians as well, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go to chapter 4. All right. Philippians 4:12, it says, "I know both how to be abased and know how to abound." Why is he saying these things? Is because he actually took on the yoke of the Lord, of which he was trying to portray unto us, of what we should be doing. He's like, take on my balance, man. All right. It's 1 Corinthians 11:1. It says what? "Be followers of me as I am of Yahushua Mashiach." Meaning I took on this his balance, the yoke, and I understand what being grounded is to be. It's to be a well balanced and sensible individual. You see, that's what the Lord was trying to tell us right here. He says, "For my yoke is easy." It's easy to balance this out when you put the truth in the forefront. It helps you make easier decisions, or your decisions become easier. You see what I'm saying? So you have to take on that balance and that yoke in order to stay grounded in this thing of ours and being rooted and built up. So Lord willing, this is edifying. I don't want to make it too long. But I did want to just kind of touch base on this. I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Hakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone, and ruling to teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Brother Kasha Qual, until the next time. Shalom.